Welcome back to your class, and now we are looking at measuring mass and volume. So how do we measuring mass of a solid, mass of a liquid, volume of a solid, volume of a liquid? So there are different methods and different ways depending on the items or objects. So let's look at solid. So now, how do we measure the mass of the solid? Okay, so we usually use the beam balance or electronic balance. It depends lah basically. Okay, so example you can see I have this electronic balance here or electronic balance here. Then you put maybe a example, I want to measure this stone, so I just put these stones here. Then the beam balance or electronic balance will show up in the unit here. Again, it might be in kg, it might be in gram. It depends on the scale or the balance. Okay, but probably because it's a smaller item usually, so it usually present in gram. Depends. Okay, you can set up also. And how do we measure liquid? So liquid is very similar that we use beam balance or electronic balance, and it's also measured by kg and gram. So what happened is we will put the liquid inside the container. Example, this is a measuring cup. Then we put this cup on it and try to measure. For example, I put this cup and I put water inside, I can't measure. But again, this actually shows the what? The cup and the water. And so it's not only the liquid. Okay. So what happens is you also need to measure the mass of the container and you minus. So as you can see here, I actually given you this formula. Mass of the liquid is the liquid in the container, means both of the items. Then you minus away the mass of the container. Okay, so that's basically how we calculate the mass of solid and liquid. And next, we will now try to calculate the volume of solid and liquid. I mean, let's talk about volume of liquid first because it's very simple. You just measure using a measuring cylinder or measuring cup or syringe. It's fine, just depending. And you just put, example, this is a measuring cup. You put the water inside and you just observe the line. Hey, what is it actually up to? Okay. And when we observe, we must observe carefully. For example, if this is the readings, example, this is the reading, example, okay. So your eye should be looking like this, not supposed to be like this. Okay, this is wrong. This is correct. Okay, so must be on that line. Okay. So again, as you know, there's ml, liter, meter cube, cm cube. It depends on the context. Okay. Now, what is special is to calculate the volume of the solid. Now, what do we do is we usually use something called the measuring cylinder, as you can see here. Okay. So what happened is we start with this measuring cylinder, then we put water inside, and we try to see, oh, what is the water level? Maybe example, the water level is maybe 600 ml. Then after that, I add the stone, example, the object that I want to measure the volume inside. Then I observe again, what is here? Example, like here is 60 ml, 600 ml, sorry. And here is 800 ml, example, okay? It shouldn't be that much, but anyway, then we minus, what is a 200 ml? Why does it increase? Because of the stone. And that's why the 200 ml is the volume of the stone, for example. Okay, so again, the formula is here given here. The volume of the solid is the water levels after the solid is placed minus the water levels before. Okay, as you can see, 800 minus 600 is 200. And that is the volume of this item. Or another way that we can choose to do is use this way. I mean, it's very similar, but just that a bit tricky is that I put water inside, example, up to here. Then I put the stones, example, the object inside. Then of course the water will go up, like the water level will go up. So when the water level go up, it will be actually going up from the container here. So it'll be going to the measuring the cylinder. Okay. Then the water that is being displaced out from it basically is the volume of the solid. Yeah, that is basically how this being find out. Okay. Again, at first it's up to here. Then you put stone, it came up, and you still remain up to here. Then this will be the volume of the solid. So that is basically how we do for this two lah, okay? Calculating the mass, calculating the volume of this, okay? So that's all for our learning for measuring mass and volume. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.